Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing great. Welcome to another PMP question and answer session. In this video, we will be talking about 10 PMP exam-like tough questions. I'll be showing you a question. Please pause the video, come up with the right answer, and then I'll be explaining the right answer to you. So let's start. In case you need any information regarding our upcoming PMP exam preparation course or you need PMP exam preparation material, feel free to contact us at given contact number. Or you can simply email at help@indemia.org. All right, so let's start question number one. A project manager is leading a team on a complex infrastructure project with tight deadlines. During the project kickoff, the team seems uncertain about the direction and overall goals of the project. Several team members have conflicting opinions about priorities, which leads to delays in initiating activities. As a project manager, what's the most effective leadership step you can take to align your team's efforts? Option one, develop a detailed project schedule with clearly assigned tasks and deadlines. So here we need to understand what's the problem. So one, it's a kickoff meeting and team seems uncertain about the direction and overall goals of the project. So the problem is with the direction and overall goals so that they can set priorities. So option A is all about detailed project schedule. So we do not develop detailed schedule during kickoff meeting. So A can't be the right choice. B, conduct meetings with team member to address their concerns. So you are in a meeting, right? So there is no need to conduct separate meetings with team members. So you can discuss the problem here right now. So B is not a right choice. C, set a clear project vision and communicate how it aligns with strategic objectives. Not a bad choice because team is uncertain about the direction and overall goals of the project. So in option C, you're doing the same thing. You are setting a clear vision and objective for the project so that that uncertainty and misalignment can be minimized. Option D, focus on providing frequent feedback on task, progress, and performance. We are in kickoff meeting. And during kickoff meeting, we're talking about how to plan, right? What's the direction? What's the priority? So D doesn't address the problem. So correct answer is option C, set a clear project vision and communicate how it aligns with strategic objective of the organization. So let's read the explanation. So setting a clear product vision helps the product manager inspire and align the team toward common goals. It provides clarity on the purpose and desired outcome of the project, empowering team member to work cohesively. A clear vision can also ensure that individual efforts align with the larger strategic objective, reducing ambiguity and improving team motivation. So option C directly addresses the problem of uncertainty or lack of direction. Next question. During the formation of a cross-functional project team, the project manager notices that some team members have different working styles, expectations, and priorities. To ensure smooth collaboration and minimize potential conflicts throughout the project, the project manager decides to establish a team contract. Which of the following is the primary benefit of a team contract in this scenario? So maybe in our lessons during the course, you have gone through a term team charter. So team charter or team contract, they are the same thing, right? So team charter is a document that contains norms and behaviors. It's a code of conduct, right? So let's read the option. Option A, it documents roles and responsibilities to eliminate any overlap in team tasks. So normally we do not write roles and responsibilities in team charter. Roles and responsibilities are documented in responsibility assignment matrix, RAM, or RACI chart, responsible, accountable, consultant, informed. So option A is not the right choice. Option B, it sets clear rules of engagement, expectations, and conflict resolutions method. Not a bad choice. Yes, in team charter, we have clear rules of engagement, expectation, and conflict resolution methods. Option C, it provides the legal framework to enforce team performance requirement. No, it's not a legal framework. It's team's internal document. It's their own understanding that how they would be engaging with each other. So it's not a legal framework. Option D, it outlines the terms of condition of the team formation and resource sourcing. No, it doesn't talk about resource sourcing. So correct option is option B. It sets clear rules of engagement, expectations, and conflict resolution methods. So team charter contains norms, values, acceptable behavior, meeting protocols, conflict resolution methods, decision-making criteria, like how we would be making decisions. So B is the right choice. Let's read the explanation. So a team contract is a collaborative agreement that defines how team members will work together, communicate, and resolve conflicts. It helps align expectations, ensures accountability, and sets the ground rules for teamwork. This reduces misunderstanding and friction, fostering a productive and cohesive working environment throughout the project. Right, next question. During the planning phase of a construction project, the project manager decides to create a resource breakdown structure. What's the primary purpose of using an RBS in project management? Resource breakdown structure. So one hint for everybody. Whenever you see a word breakdown structure in the exam, whether it is work breakdown structure, risk breakdown structure, resource breakdown structure, organizational breakdown structure, right? So if we read the option A, to standardize resource policies, procedure, and methods, no, RBS is not used for standardization, right? That is resources management plan. So resources management plan is used for standardization, so not RBS. To assign roles and responsibilities for each project deliverable, again, it's a responsibility assignment matrix, not RBS. Option C, to categorize and organize all resources. Yes. So RBS categorizes resources in different categories, like human resources, material resources. Within human, you have skilled, unskilled. Within skilled, you have engineers, you have business analysts, right? You have experts or research analyst or somebody from HR, right? So RBS is used for categorization. So C is the best choice. Option D, to document resource availability to ensure proper allocation. No, we use resource calendar for that. So C is the best choice. Let's read the explanation. So RBS is a hierarchical tool that helps identify, categorize, and organize all type of resources such as labor, equipment, and material. It ensures that the product manager can plan resource requirements effectively and avoid resource shortage and misallocation. Next question. You're leading a diverse team composed of experienced professionals, junior members, and external stakeholders from different organizations. You need to tailor your leadership approach to suit the unique needs and expectation of each individual and group. Which strategy would be the most effective for distinguishing between various options to lead team members and stakeholders? Okay. Option A, understand Bruce Tuckman's team development model to align your leadership style with the team's maturity stages. Not a bad choice because you lead team based on their development stage. If team is in the forming stage, your leadership style would be different. So if we read the question, it says, you need to tailor your leadership approach to suit the unique needs and expectation of each individual and group, right? So tailoring of your leadership style is needed according to the needs of each group and individual. So A is not a bad choice. Bruce Tuckman team development model helps you understand at which stage team is right now and which leadership style is suitable. Option B, use a situational leadership approach, adapting your style based on needs of each individual and situation. Again, not a bad choice because situational leadership is all about changing your leadership style according to the needs. So I'll tell you what's the difference between A and B. A talks about understanding different stages, and B directly talks about specific situations. Okay, let's read the option C. Be a servant leader by focusing on the growth and well-being of team members. You can't be servant leader all the time. Sometimes you need to be directive in leading teams. Sometimes you can be affiliative, coaching. Sometimes you can use transactional leadership style, transformative leadership style. So you can change your leadership style. So C can't be the right choice. D, ensure self-organization within the team to promote autonomy and accountability. Again, if team is in the forming stage, you cannot ensure self-organization. So C and D are wrong choices. Now between A and B, question says you need to tailor your leadership approach to suit the unique needs and expectation of each individual and group, right? Okay, Bruce Tuckman team development can be helpful to you to understand group dynamics, right? Of the entire group of the team, but not the individuals. So that's why A is not the right choice. B is best here because you're using situational leadership approach according to the needs of group as well as individual. So B is more comprehensive and suitable in this context. So B, let's read the explanation. While understanding Bruce Tuckman team development model and using servant leadership or self-organization are beneficial, a situational leadership approach provides the greatest flexibility. It allows the project manager to assess the specific needs of individuals and stakeholders. Next question. As a project manager, you notice that the organization is facing challenges and overall progress has slowed down, resulting in low morale across departments. Despite these organizational setbacks, your project team must stay motivated to meet critical deadlines. What's the most effective way to keep your team engaged and motivated under these circumstances? All right. Option A, focus on individual incentives and performance bonuses to boost motivation. Okay. Option B, create a sense of purpose by highlighting how the project contributes to broader goals. Option C, convene a team meeting and brainstorm reasons for performance decline, not a bad choice. Option D, realign project objective with the organization's new strategic direction. Okay. Now, if you read the question, it says you notice the organization is facing challenges and overall progress has slowed down, resulting in a low morale across department. And if you read option D, it says realign project objective with the organization's new strategy. So there is no problem with the alignment with the organization's strategic objective, right? There is no shift or change in organizational objective. So you need not to realign. So option D is not relevant in this situation. You can simply eliminate that. Option B, convene a team meeting and brainstorm reasons for performing decline. Not a bad choice. If you read it, it says, despite these organizational setbacks, your project team must stay motivated to meet critical. What's the most effective way to keep your team engaged and motivated under these circumstances? So yes, you're talking about reasons for performance decline, but question is all about how to keep your team engaged and motivated, right? So we're not talking about what's the root cause of that. We are talking about solutions here. What's the best solution to keep the team engaged? So C is not a right choice here. B, create a sense of purpose by highlighting how the project contributes to broader goals. So if we read the question, it says you notice that the organization is facing challenges. So, and overall progress is, so why progress is slowed down? Why morale is low? Because organization is facing challenges. So what we can do in this situation when organization is not performing well, but you have to achieve your project objective, you can highlight how this project would contribute to the broader goals and objectives. So rather than demoralizing the team by looking at the organizational situation, we can look at the positive contribution of the project. So that's the best way to motivate your team member in this situation. If you read option A, focus on individual incentive and performance bonuses to beat. So incentive and bonuses are not the preferred way to motivate team members. Incentives and bonuses are for extrinsic motivation. So first we should try for intrinsic motivation. And for intrinsic motivation, the best choice is create a sense of purpose and highlight how project contributes to the broader goal. This is how team morale would go up. They will feel motivated. And in the end, you'll be successful in achieving project objectives. So correct answer is option B, create sense of purpose by highlighting how project contributes to broader goals. Next question. Two of your project team members are frequently involved in conflicts, and their disagreements are starting to compromise the overall productivity of the team. What's the most effective action you can take as a project manager to resolve this issue? Okay. Option A, ensure self-organization and allow them to solve the conflict independently. So if we read it, it says disagreements are starting to compromise the overall productivity. If conflicts have started compromising productivity, we cannot just do self-organization, right? So A is, although self-organization is most of the time is preferred choice, but in this situation, when conflicts have started creating problems or negative impact for the overall team, we should intervene, right? So A is not the right choice. B, facilitate a conflict resolution session to address the root cause of the agreement. Not a bad choice. So you act as a facilitator, let them talk to each other and find a way forward. Option C, reassign one of the team members to a different project to avoid further. So no, reassigning won't be a solution because you don't know who is creating the problem. So how you will be, or let's suppose that team member or both the team member are important for successful completion of your project. So simply reassigning is not a solution. You're compromising productivity or project progress by reassigning. Option D, ask the team member to adhere to the team charter and follow agreed upon norms. Again, it is similar to self-organization, right? So we are asking them, okay, follow the norms. But here the conflict is creating problem or a negative outcome. So we will facilitate a conflict resolution session. So B is the preferred choice. All right, read the explanation and let's move to next question. You set the project team's goals without involving the team member in the process. As a result, the team members do not take ownership or responsibility for the goals, leading to missed targets and underperformance. Which management theory might have helped avoid this outcome? Fantastic. Most of the time, this is the problem, like objective goals and outcomes are defined by senior leadership within the organization. And people who are actually performing the work, they simply receive dictation. Okay, these are the goals, objectives, or targets you need to achieve. So they are not involved in the process of goals definition and when objectives are defined. Okay, equity theory. Equity theory is all about justice theory. Maintain justice within the organization, fairness, procedural justice, interactional justice, and distributive justice. So in this statement, we're not talking about justice or equity. The problem is not we don't have justice or fairness within the organization. The problem is people are not involved, right? So A can't be the right answer. Goal setting theory. Okay, goal setting theory says that set the goal, right? And according to that goal, let team member perform to achieve that goal. So we're not talking about setting the goal here, right? We're talking about people are not involved in goal setting. Option C, expectancy theory. Expectancy theory says that people perform when they expect some reward. So we're not talking about expectations here. D, management by objective. MBO says that define objective by involving team member in the goal setting process. This is how you align individual goals with organizational goal. So the alignment problem uh, is directly handled by management by objective. So MBO is the right choice. These theories are really important. You can expect a drag and drop question as well in the exam. So go through these theories before you take the PMP exam. So correct answer is option D. MBO emphasizes collaborative goal setting between managers and employees, aligning individual goals and organizational objective. When people are involved, they take ownership, right? So correct answer is option D. Next question. You're managing a project with a diverse team and you want to ensure that feedback is given in a way that motivates team members and improves performance. Which approach would be the most appropriate when providing feedback to your team members? Option A, provide feedback only during scheduled performance evaluations to avoid disrupting workflow, right? Normally organizations, they have feedback cycles. For example, performance appraisals are done after 6 months or after a year annual performance appraisal. So feedback, option A says provide feedback during the performance evaluation cycle to avoid any disruption in normal workflow. That's a usual practice, but not a best practice, right? So what should people be doing between those 6 months or 1 year if you're not providing feedback? So it's not the best way or effective way to provide feedback. So A can't be the right choice. B, address performance issues immediately, but wait to provide detailed feedback until the next formal review. Okay, so what you're doing, if people are not performing well, you're addressing those performance issues now, but you're not providing the feedback. Again, delaying feedback is not a healthy choice. You should provide feedback as soon as possible, right? Because if you're delaying feedback and you provide at the end of a year, people will forget about those tasks for which you're providing feedback. So provide feedback as soon as possible. Whenever somebody is not performing up to the mark, conduct a meeting with them and share your positive feedback so that they can improve. Otherwise, there is no benefit of providing feedback. So B can't be the right choice. C, offer constructive feedback immediately after observing behavior or performance issue. C is the best choice. D, focus primarily on positive feedback, leaving critical feedback for the product. No. Provide positive as well as critical feedback as soon as possible. So C is the best choice in this situation. Providing timely constructive feedback ensures that performance issues are addressed while they are still relevant. Next question. As part of your product, you conducted a training session to enhance the skills of your team. Now you need to measure the effectiveness of the training to ensure it achieved the intended outcomes. What's the best way to objectively assess the effectiveness of the training? Option A measures participants' satisfaction through post-training service and feedback forms. Not a bad choice. So people would be telling you how was the training. So you get some sense of effectiveness by taking that feedback. Option B, track improvements in individual performance over time using key metrics. Again, yes, after training, there would be an improvement in individual performance, but you want to measure impact of that particular training. Improvement could be because of so many reasons. Maybe manager is putting more effort, there is better collaboration, there is improvement in work culture. But we want to objectively measure the impact of that particular training. So tracking improvements in individual performance over time would not tell us contribution by the training. We want to measure contribution by the training. So B can't be the right choice. C, evaluate whether participants can apply what they learned through practical assessment or real world tasks. Again, that application could be because of multiple reasons. We want to learn contribution of that particular training. So C would not measure impact or contribution by the training. D, compare pre-training and post-training assessment to identify skill improvement. That's the best choice. So let's suppose you take a test before the training, and then trainings are conducted, and then you take another test to see the improvement. So whatever, let's suppose pre-training score are 50 and post-training score are 70, means 20% is the contribution by the training. So this is how you objectively measure true impact of the training. So D is the best choice in this situation. Comparing pre-training and post-training assessments. Last question. You're managing a project where each team member is assigned specific tasks with clear expectation and deadlines. However, you notice some deliverables are delayed and there seems to be confusion about ownership. What's the best way to evaluate whether team members are demonstrating accountability for their task? Best way to evaluate if team members are accountable for their task. Okay. Option 1, track whether team members proactively communicate tasks, status, and challenges. Okay, communication is important, but just communication cannot tell you if people are responsible or accountable for the tasks, right? So simple communication is not helpful here. Option B, monitor deadlines to see if tasks are completed on time without reminders. Yes, deadlines are helpful, but here we're not talking about individual task deadlines or overall project deadlines. So simply monitoring deadlines would not tell you if individual team members are self-accountable. Option C, assess how frequently team members volunteer for additional responsibilities. So we're not talking about additional responsibilities, we're talking about taking responsibility and accountability for the assigned task. Maybe somebody is volunteer for any additional activity, but they are not performing their own tasks. So C can't be the right choice. D, compare task assignment to deliverables and review if team members met expectation without follow-ups. Yes. So you assign a task to team member and then see if that particular task is completed and team members, they are meeting expectation or not. So D is the best choice in this situation because we want to evaluate if team members are self-accountable. So D is the best choice. So accountability in project management means the individual take ownership of their task and deliver over commitments without requiring constant supervision. So while proactive communication is a good practice, it alone doesn't confirm accountability. Monitoring deadline can track progress, but doesn't assess ownership. So volunteering for additional task reflect engagement, but doesn't guarantee task, accountability for assigned task. So best option is option D, compare task assignment to deliverables. That's it, everybody. I hope you have learned a lot. These 10 questions are really important and almost similar to the real exam questions, right? So if you have learned these concepts, these would be helpful to you in the exam. Also, if you want to join my next course is starting on 8th of March. It will be 4-day session. We have also added a fifth day in which we will be solving a full mock test on our newly designed exam simulator to 100% simulate the exam environment. If you want to join this course, you can simply drop a message, call, WhatsApp on this number, or you can send an email at help@endemia.org. All right, everybody. I hope you have learned a lot, and I'll see you in next lesson. Take care. Bye.